What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz. Subscribe. I was looking at the analytics the other day, and it's like 90% of y'all aren't subscribed to my channel that do view my channel. So if you are viewing, please subscribe. I appreciate the support, man. Trying to grow and spread this message out to, you know, the everyday average guy, man, that's out here, man, you know, staying out the way, try to become better men, so that way we can become better prospects and attract better women in our lives, man, and, you know, self-improve and, you know, all that good jazz and whatnot. All right, today I'm gonna be responding to a video called Waiting for Superman. Well, at least that's what it says on the thumbnail, but the name of the video is Don't Just Buy Me Flowers Cause I Want Flowers. This is coming from a channel I recently got hip to called We Need to Talk, man. Pretty dope content. And he had a discussion with this lady, and it's pretty much just, they're just pretty much just having a discussion about, you know, the differences between how women mate select versus how men mate select, and why it's a big problem and a hindrance in the you know, in the world of dating that we see today. So without further ado, man, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this video, man, real quick. All right, let's get it.
It's the message right here. Black boy, tell me how you really feel, cause I just wanna feel better. Yeah, I wanna feel so
in my dating life now with black men. Like when they try to do that whole macho, like tell me what to do thing, like I want you to be a little bit more agreeable. Not necessarily like passive to where I'm dictating everything. But I like it when it's just like, oh, can you do this? And it's like, okay, rather than, that's what you're supposed to do. Like that's annoying.
Well, it's two things, and I encourage women to be as empathetic as they want us to be. Number one, like I said, throughout history, black masculinity has systemically been challenged, right? And the fact that our community now is a matriarchy, most of our leaders in the home are women. So the image that's popular is the woman being in charge, right? But on top of that as well, these traits, these endearing, nice traits that we're talking about we wish men had, women are not selecting for those traits.
Exactly.
They're not selecting for those traits sexually. They're not selecting for those traits, you know, as far as a time investment standpoint. But what they tend to do is that dude who's actually a good friend, good dude, good solid person, you've got him saved in your phone as the food guy because he doesn't excite you, because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't give you that spark. And then,
now notice her response when he said that. Yeah, I'm like, you see how she just, you know what I mean, just started cheesing and whatnot. Yeah. So I'm gonna let y'all in on something, fellas, man. Whenever you say something truthful that makes women look bad and they hit you with this laugh, that's a telltale sign all day. Let's keep it moving.
dude that could give a fuck, that's the dude you want to give your attention to. So it's like a catch-22. Like the same guy I referenced before, Dr. Warren Farrell, he said that Lois Lane did not want Clark Kent. She said Clark Kent was too soft, he was too emotional, he was too passive, he was too agreeable. But she was in love with Superman. And when she finally got Superman, she wanted him to be more like Clark Kent.
Oh, wow.
Man, you could not, I don't think you could pick a better analogy than that. Like, I remember seeing a meme that was going around, I want to say maybe like a year or two ago, where there was a picture of Lois Lane in bed with Superman, and he's asleep, and she's like wide awoke sitting up, and then there's like, and then like she's saying to herself, is this the best that I could do? And I'm thinking to myself, it's Superman. Superman. It's like, if the love story between Superman and Lois Lane doesn't tell you everything you need to... I mean, think about that. Doesn't give Clark Kent the time of day because he's passive, agreeable, the nice guy, the good guy, but is in love with Superman because Superman just does whatever the hell he wants. But in reality, it's actually the same guy. Like, it's funny when you think about it. It really is, man.
To both. Why can't there be a balance? Like, why can't there be somebody who's agreeable but like still initiates exciting trips? Who still thinks, in my current dating world, I was kind of getting aggravated because this is gonna sound bad, but I would hate when I would tell a guy, I'm like, oh, I really want flowers, and he would only just get me flowers. I know that sounds bad. I know exactly how it sounds, but in my mind and in my thinking, it's like, I don't want to just tell you exactly what to do. I'm not trying to mother you. I would like the flowers. I'm not saying the flowers is what's wrong, but it's, why couldn't you get me flowers and chocolate? Why couldn't you just go the extra mile to think outside the box rather than just following in my exact footsteps of what I'm telling you that I like? Because there was that I dated at one point, and I would have conversations with him, and not saying that I wanted him to do certain things. We'll just be sitting in the car having conversations about God knows what, and I would mention like, yeah, like it's been a while since I read a book. I really just miss reading books. And the next day or within the next few weeks, I would get a good book on my table along with some candles or something to just put me in a mood. That was great. It was not only the fact that you're listening to me, but like you are trying to encourage that behavior, not just getting me what I tell you I want.
I'm just gonna continue, man. I'm just continue.
Women vote.
You know what? Nah. You know what? Nah. Again, this is the thing. Because there are plenty of men out there that will do this, but you don't want them. See, the reason why it seems good the reason why you like those guys doing it is because they didn't do it on their own accord. They made you feel like you had to earn it. So that way when they did do it, you appreciated it a lot more. Let a guy do that straight off the gate without you saying something, and let's see if you still feel the same way. Because if that really worked for most women, then most women wouldn't have any issues getting and keeping men. But the reason why y'all don't is because y'all are not aroused by this. This does not get y'all wet. Like, y'all just need to start keeping it a buck. I don't understand why they be capping. Like, they I don't know, bro, but they need to stop the cap for real. They really do.
And with their vaginas. So going to natural selection, women have voted that height is something worth selecting for. I want tall offspring. So if you're a tall man, you're gonna mate faster than if you're a shorter guy. Cool. The problem tends to be that the things that women claim to want and the things that they're selecting for are two different things. I claim to want that guy who's attentive and who's gonna fill my desk up with flowers because 3.5 months ago, some random conversation, I mentioned it. I claim to want that guy. That guy might look like Steve Urkel, but I don't want Steve Urkel. I want the quarterback of the football team. I want the CEO of this company. I want Christian Grey.
I mean, you still have to be attractive.
I understand that, but my point is, and I say this all the time, men love more authentically than women because women are in love with an idea of a man, not a man. Women want the CEO who's running a multi-million-dollar company, but has time to remember all my birthdays and is at every single dance recital. That's two different dudes. And unfortunately, what we ask of our black men is to be supermen, because it doesn't matter what we do, it's never good enough. And you claim to love us. That's why a lot of these black men are upset. Because you have black men who've turned their lives around, changed this about themselves, changed that about themselves to make a woman happy, and she ends up still not being happy, and still not even giving him the benefit of it's the thought that counts. Because in your head, you're only thinking about how hard it is to be a woman. It is incredibly difficult to be a man. And there's not enough appreciation for what it means. Because the whole time, you feel like you have it figured out better than we do. Why can't I be both? Why can't you be the dude who wears a Nike suit on Monday and then you wear a suit on Tuesday? It's ridiculous. It is actually, it exists.
How?
It exists, right? But it's ridiculous. And the other thing that women should understand is that dude that exists, what percentage of the population is he?
Exactly.
I don't know.
He's a very small percentage.
But I think it should be bigger. I think that dude is just a dude with range.
No. But before all that, he has to be heterosexual. He has to be 6 foot tall. He has to be attractive. He has to be in good shape. And you're selecting. So you have every woman wanting one dude. And then that one dude that 100 women want, each of them want him to be faithful to her. It's narcissistic. So instead of that, right, instead of going after Superman, why don't you look across from you to the dudes you actually qualify for, who are ready to be everything to you? But you don't want him. You don't want that dude. You want this dude to become that dude.
So then with that.
Thank you, man. I'm like, he broke that down perfectly. And this is the mating strategy that you see with a lot of women, and I'll probably cover this in another video at some point. This is what a lot of women end up doing. Like they're punching, that they like to use the term punching out of their weight. You know, they reaching, you know, they reaching high up when they really ain't that high. Or, you know, they're sharing a guy and they know it, but they try to act like they don't know it because they want to be the one. You know what I mean? And it's like, I done heard this story so many times from so many women, man. Like, for real, I feel like most women that I've met, they complain about this same thing. And it's funny because typically when I asked him about the guy, it's like he always got multiple kids by multiple women. Like, so that right there pretty much confirms, you know, all the statistics that, you know, guys like Kevin Samuels put out, you know, about the percentage of, you know, kids that are born out of wedlock and the percentage of men that are producing these children. You know what I mean? Especially when more than half of the black male population is childless. 54%. I'm like, but you got women out here complaining about they can't find men that don't have kids. No, you can't find men that arouse you that don't have kids. There are good guys out here that are on they shit that don't got kids and got their own, and they doing just fine for themselves. But because they might not excite you, but because they might not be able to get you that Birkin bag whenever you want it, because they might not be able to fly you here, fly you there, because they might not be able to buy you this and buy you that. You feel me? Feel me? Or because they don't got 10-inch digging stick, you know. Shout out to Steph is Cold. You know, because they don't have these, because they don't measure up on these other extremes. You know what I mean? You feel like if you know, bring your standards down a little bit that you're settling. Because let me tell you something, men, we don't have an issue dating down. We actually do it quite a bit. We do it a hell of a lot more often than y'all do, and y'all complain about it way more than we do. Because the only reason why y'all complain, because all y'all, like he said, y'all reaching after the same small number of men. But a part of the reason why this space exists is because us as men, we understand this, because it's been like that since the beginning of time. Only about half of the male population since the beginning of mankind has produced offspring. You know what I mean? But most women since the beginning of time have produced children. You know what I mean? That's just the way of the world. It's been like that since the beginning of mankind. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this here, bro, because I ain't want this to be too long. And it's like another 10-15 minutes, give or take, on this video. Alright, so that was pretty much my final thoughts on that. Please, again, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Alright, deuces.